Now, to see kind of how these relate to PDM, just on a quick graphical level, I've put this together. With PDM Professional, we do have some reporting capabilities. Now, reporting capabilities in PDM are really going to be limited to your PDM search tool. Now, the PDM search tool is a great tool. You can do compound searching. There's a lot of things you can do. But when you're trying to find files based off of user actions, it does become a bit limited. But this is where the PDM Auditor Pro can take this to a whole nother level. This allows you to grab reports on user actions such as did they check in or check out or add files to the vault? Did they transition files? Have they been renamed? Have they been moved? Have they been deleted? This allows you to really backtrack the status of files, especially if an action was made that you didn't expect. We know that PDM has the ability to manage users in groups. What we're talking about here specifically is adding users into groups. Now, with a small team, doing this one group at a time is not a big deal, but for large teams where we may have 50, 100 plus users, that can be a very tedious, error-prone process. So with Hub, you can now manage groups and the users that go into those groups in just a single window. It's more of a tabular view. You can save this as an XML, even download as a spreadsheet if you need to. PDM Professional offers something called a delayed in-state notification. This means that a notification is sent to certain people when a file is in a workflow state for too long. Usually this happens when something is pending for approval and it's sat there for too many days. Now what happens is you get a notification, but nothing else really happens to that file. Someone has to go and find it and decide what to do with it. With the transition time, you can set custom schedules to search for delay in state files and then automatically transition those files to a new state so more people can have visibility and you can decide what to do with it. The schedules can be once a day, once a week, whatever you decide to be. The idea here is to really reduce bottlenecking and keep your data flowing. PDM has a copy paste as reference function. This function is used when we need to add a reference between a SOLIDWORKS file and maybe an unrelated file like an ECN form. That's one example we see that used in. It creates a hierarchical structure so files move through workflows at the same time. This is a great tool. The binder add-in through AquivaQ takes that to a whole new level. You can attach files to XML order forms. You can update data card variables. You can automatically populate affected items in ECN forms. And this actually is a little bit more user-friendly to add specific references. You can add multiple references at a time and much more easily remove those references. So there's a lot of productivity enhancements in that add-in. If you are going into PDM Professional, thinking of upgrading or have recently upgraded and you are integrating serial numbers, a common question that I receive is, can I take my legacy data and rename those with serial numbers? And there's not a real streamlined way to do that. There is a function called rename with serial number out of move copy tree in PDM, but you probably don't want to move the files and you don't probably need to copy them either. So that is kind of a limitation. With the serial number rename tool, you can use a simple right click to rename a bunch of legacy files using serial numbers. I see this as a really good kind of upgrade tool or a migration tool into PDM Pro. And then last, we have the ability to import or export BOMs as XMLs from PDM Pro. The BOM ETL tool allows us to export BOMs as a SQL table or SQL file type just for additional flexibility in integrating with external systems. So I hope this gives you a little bit better idea of how a lot of these add-ins are extending or enhancing existing functionality.